Alright, so now we're going to talk a little bit about recruiting, because recruiting is really where we see our teams grow. You can sell until you are blue in the face, and you're going to make some money, but you are not going to go anywhere. You're going to be sitting there treading water, staying afloat, but you're not going to be moving forward. And pretty soon that gets tiring. It gets exhausting to constantly be putting out effort and moving, but not actually moving forward. So we really need to focus on recruiting. If people come into the business and they recruit within their first 30 days, they're going to keep recruiting, because what happened? They got a promotion. They just had a friend come into the business with them, which makes it so much more exciting. If we get invited to go see a show or go to a party, what's the first thing as a woman that we usually do? We pick up the phone, we call a friend and say, "Oh, I just got invited to this awesome party, you have to go with me, it's going to be so much fun," right? It's the same thing with this. I just joined this amazing company, it is going to change my life, I know it can change yours too, you have to do it with me, I really want to do it together, we will have so much fun. We can work it as a team, and your friends are going to get excited about it. Certainly everybody has one friend who wants to do something with them, for the most part, Almost nobody, has everybody called every friend that they've ever had and said, "I am so excited, you have to do this with me"? Who's done that? We're at 0 for 5 right here. So there's your very first recruiting lead, is your friends. And you're not saying, "Oh, you know what, you should sign up. Here's another downline sales company. Who wants to join me?" We're not Eeyore here. We want to be excited, because this is life-changing. And if we follow these steps to success, we're going to be successful. And who doesn't want to share that with their best friends? I know I do. If I am watching my friend over here who's struggling to make her car payments or make her mortgage payment, she's the very first one I want to say, "Hey Mary, you need to join me. This is going to be awesome. We're going to do this together. We're going to pull each other up. We're going to learn together. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to get out of debt." Who's going to say no? It's such a small investment to change your future. And if you let it, it will change your future. And that's what this business is all about, is changing lives. We're not in it to sell. We're not in it to, some gimmicky as seen on TV thing. We have so much that we can offer to other people that really can change their lives. I've heard story after story after story come from our team with how Jamboree has changed their lives, how it has helped them get through divorce, how it's helped them, to keep their kids in the lessons that they love doing, how it's put food on the table, how they're taking their very first family vacation ever, all because of Jamboree. And if you don't think that's life-changing, it is. It's so incredible. And when people come and tell you, "Thank you for not accepting no from me, because if you hadn't been persistent, I wouldn't be here." And that's what we want. We want to be able to give them something. So when you're recruiting, you're not selling. There's no gimmicks. There's no tricks. We're selling a product, yes, but we are presenting an opportunity that can really, really help change people. So if you get a new recruit and they're sitting there, they're just started their companies and they're on their own and they're trying to soak up all the information, what's the biggest reason people say they don't want to recruit in the beginning? "Oh, I'm not comfortable with the business. I don't know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be a good leader. I think I need a little bit more experience before I recruit somebody." And so days go by, weeks go by, that first month goes by. And if they don't recruit somebody in the first 30 days, guess what the average length of time is before they recruit their first person? 10 months. 10 months. Do you want to wait almost a year to grow your team? I know I don't. Because if I'm not growing, I'm stuck in the same place. I'm stuck in the same rut, just constantly struggling to get sales, so I make a little bit of commission so I don't feel like I'm failing at my business. But if you're out there recruiting, promise you, your businesses are going to explode. One, because you want to be a leader. You want to show these people that you just promised that you can help them change their lives. You want to show them, "Hey, yes, we really can do this. Let's do it together. Let's learn together." I don't know the answers to everything, but I can find out. I don't know how this works, but I can find out. Let's go learn together. And that's a pretty acceptable answer, right? I don't know something. I'm not perfect. Let's find out. There's nothing wrong with that. And as you're recruiting, you know, you're telling your friends, hey Mary, you know what? I don't know how this works, but we're gonna have fun doing it. And we'll figure it out because we have this great team to lean back on and fall on who's gonna help us. That makes it a whole lot easier. Oh. One of the best things that you can do for your business is to bring friends. Everybody has friends who need more money, who have goals, who have visions, who have needs. And all you gotta do is just say, hey, I'm here for you, don't worry. Our team's here for you, don't worry, we got this. Let's just have some fun. And you're gonna see your recruiting numbers go way up. Let's go back to this not letting the day run you. Because you can't do anything without a schedule. You're not gonna recruit, you're not gonna book parties, you're not gonna be going out there accomplishing anything because that day is running over you every single day. So the very first thing you need to do is get a schedule. Don't let time manage you, you manage time. Decide what you want to work, book parties, decide how many days you want to work, and then you need to make it happen. And I just lost my notes. There we go. What's the first thing we usually do when we get up, when we start going to work our businesses? We log into Facebook. Then what happens? Oh, did you see what so-and-so said? And oh my goodness, that picture of so-and-so's kids, they were so cute. And oh, there's this new game. I think I'm just going to get to the next level of Candy Crush. And what happens? 3 hours later, you've been sucked into the Facebook black hole and you've absolutely accomplished nothing. That's even worse than making a list and not doing anything. You got online, you went to do something, and you got sucked in. We don't want that to happen. So, be consistent, make a schedule, and stick to it. If Tuesday is your day to make calls, to follow up on your leads, when you get up Tuesday morning, first you get dressed. We're not going to stay in our jammies and think that we're going to do anything because do you feel good and beautiful in your pajamas? No, I don't. Am I going to get on the phone and be confident if I'm in my pajamas? No, can you still get me like, oh, I feel like crap, I look like crap, and oh, but nobody has to see me. Get your butt out of bed, get dressed, make yourself look presentable. Maybe not like you're going to Walmart, but you know, maybe Target, okay? Let's aim for Target level of presentable. But get up and get yourself feeling good about yourself. Make sure your nails are done. Run a brush through your hair. Then pick up the phone and start calling your leads and your recruits because they're going to hear that confidence in your voice. They're going to hear how great you feel about yourself and they're going to want to share in that. They're probably still sitting in their pajamas too. So when you call them and you're excited and you're happy and you're confident, they're going to pick up on that. If you call them and you're just kind of like, blah, 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 what are they going to feel? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants to feel blah, blah, blah. We want to feel happy, we want to feel pretty, we want to feel confident. So we need to relay that to the people we talk to on the phone. It's also really important to schedule out family time. If you just are working like crazy and I'm going to do this, 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 and of course then that list takes over and pretty soon, it's dinner time and you're like, oh kids, I'll spend time with you in a little bit, I just have to do this one more thing, and then the one more thing comes and then it's bedtime and then you get up and you do it all over again. You look back on your day and you've accomplished a big fat nothing. So we need to really make sure that we're scheduling time for ourselves, for our teams, and for our families. Okay, so one of the systems that we're going to use, and this is one of Belinda's, and I'm going to have to read it, is called the 5 Eyes. And this is really going to help you. So the first one is create the interest. You need to spark that interest because interest is what? Hope. We want to create that hope and that interest. And we want to allow people to live in the interest. If you're just telling them, you're giving them that spark of hope where they're like, oh, you know what? I might be able to get that new car after all. I might be able to send my kid to swim lessons this summer. And then 5 minutes later, you turn around and say, now here's the starter guide, and here's this, and here's this, and here's this. What'd you just take away from them? Their hope, their interest, because now you just overwhelm them with information, and that spark is gone. So we want to make sure that we allow them to live in the interest. Second thing we're going to do is our interview. That's going to be our follow-up. That's going to be our getting to know our new consultants, finding out what makes them tick, what their hopes and dreams are. And we're not going to overload them with information there either. We're going to keep it about them. We're going to become good listeners. It's not about us. It's about them, getting to know them, getting to know their families, and take notes. So when you're talking to these people, keep a note. You know what, Jane is really going through this hard time, and she has 3 kids, and name this, this, and this. She's got this coming up. Take those notes and then file them for later. So when you talk to Jane again, you're like, so how did that go? How's Susie doing with her swim lessons? And you have made that connection with them that you can continue. So that's number 2. Number 3 is their intro show or live party or launch party. You want to help them get it set up. You want to be there if possible. It is not your job to travel 3,000 miles to be at their launch party. That's not what anybody expects you to do. But if their launch party is, 10 minutes away from you, half an hour away from you, go with them. Show them how it's done. Don't do it for them, but introduce them. Help them feel comfortable. Give them constructive feedback. So, you come in and they've got everything set up and you might say, oh, you know what, this would be better if you just switch this here. Give them a few little pointers. We want to help them to have a home run party. A home run party is making their kid credit back in that first night, getting money in their pocket, having 5 additional bookings, and recruiting a friend. So if you sign up, so Michelle comes and signs up, the first thing I'm going to do is say, who's a friend? Who are you going to call? Who are you going to share this with? Because this is so much more fun when you have a friend with you. So that's your goal. You get 2 for 1. Everybody has a friend. So, okay, so home run party. You're coming in, you're helping your recruit to achieve this. This is your goal. We are going to have a home run party. This is how we're going to do it. You do the opening. You come up and you say, you know what, I'm Jess. I'd really like to introduce you to my new friend who, you give them your little introduction, short and sweet. She does the demo. You tell her, I want to introduce you to the world of Jamboree Nails. She does the demo. She shows the guests how it's done. You say a few words about closing. You're going to give her you're going to kind of fit in recruiting and booking, and we're going to go over some party planning scripts later. And as she's taking orders, you're not taking orders. She's taking orders, you're working the room. You're going around, you're getting to know her friends. You're talking to them. You're seeing what their needs are and how you can offer them a solution to those needs. And oftentimes, that's by joining your team. So you're working the room, she's taking orders. Everybody's excited. Your new recruit now has an awesome sense of accomplishment, and you just had a home run party. Home run parties are instant success for these new consultants. They're going to get a promotion. Who doesn't want to get a promotion with their first party? I mean, that's pretty awesome. I can tell you what, I did, my first month with Jamboree, and I got promoted. And I made my husband stay up until midnight with me to watch for that system to update. Because I was so excited I could barely sleep. I was bouncing off the walls. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It was like, that high is what you're going to ride on to the next level. You have got to get that in the beginning, because if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, it's going to keep diminishing and diminishing and diminishing. And by the time they get there, they're kind of like, oh, well, it only took me 10 months to get my first promotion. They've already lost their interest and their enthusiasm. So we really want to make sure that they get it right away by having this home run party. 4th I is their initial training. You want to train them on how to get bookings and how to get recruits, and also on the company's plans, policies, and procedures. So this is, you've already done all this other stuff. Now we're sitting her down and giving her the rest of that information. And remember, groups of 3. You're not going to sit her down at this training and be like, here it all is, read it all in one day. We're going to give her 3 things to do, 3 things to learn, and we're going to do that initial training in blocks of 3. The 5th I is income. You're going to give them examples of what they can earn with our new comp plan. If they have a $300 party, how much are they going to earn?
I don't know what the new comp.
30%, $90. Okay? So, hey Mary, if you're going to have this party, all you have to do is sell $300, which is an average party, and you just made $90 in your pocket. Pretty cool. Oh, you're going to shoot for a little bit higher? Let's go with a $500 party. You just made $150. And it's going to keep going up and up, but you can pretty much go with that basic 30%. We're going to go over the comp plan a little bit. So give them those examples so that they can convert party into money like that. If they just have a party and they're like, oh, well, you know, I think I did okay. I sold about $400. Is that good? Yeah, you just made $120. That's an above average party. You did awesome. What are they going to get? Excited. If they're just like, oh, I had a $400 party, they don't know what anybody else is doing, they don't know what they made, there's not going to be a whole lot of excitement there. So you really want to show them what their income is and what their income potential is going to be. Come on, Ted. And my cameraman went away.